I wanted to do a Duckman theory, but then I realized that like 99% of my viewers probably won't remember who Duckman was. So let me start out talking about this series by presenting you with 6 times Duckman nailed it. Hi there, friends and family members. You have McGann, this is the Fangirl, and today we're going over the Duckman series. If you watched the intro like 5 seconds ago, you already knew that, but if you don't know who Duckman is, hopefully this video will get you to buy the series for yourself and binge it because it's really good. Anyways, Duckman fits somewhere in between being less gross than Ren and Stimpy and a lot more mature than The Simpsons. The series starred Jason Alexander as Duckman, who is this raunchy private eye and a widower with 3 kids, Ajax the idiot, and Charles and Mambo the genius-level conjoined twins. After the death of Duckman's wife Beatrice, his angry sister-in-law Bernice moves in with his mother-in-law, who is this comatose duck who only shows signs of life by farting. It's glorious. Really, the neat thing about Duckman is his commentary on 90s life, some of which applies double today. So I want to share with you guys my list of all the times a Duckman rant totally nailed it. Number 6. Season 2, Episode 2, Married Alive, has a very satirical look at the future when Duckman visits a rich businessman. Before you hear the clip, keep in mind that this episode aired in the 90s, less than a year after Amazon had formed and was still a no-name company.
I've employed the best and the brightest to work day and night in my quest to tie in to the national consciousness. Scientists, researchers, computer geniuses, you do understand what this means.
Some of the great minds of our time are spending their lives making it easier for people to shop?
Well, yes, and more. You're looking at the future. Soon we'll be able to do everything from the comfort of our sofas, avoiding the unnecessary bother of dealing with other people.
Number 5. Damn Hollywood, Season 4, Episode 1. Here, Duckman goes into a rant about how to make it big in Hollywood, while also explaining what it's like to be in the digital age of entertainment.
This is an industry built on perception rather than fact, run by businessmen who only understand numbers and don't have a clue about what's good and what isn't. So the key is to be perceived as good by being associated with the biggest and best numbers. Meaning if you have no talent, you can buy credibility. In essence, creating the illusion of quality by spending the most money.
Number 4. In Season 4, Episode 3, Aged Heat 2, Women in Heat, Duckman gets sent to jail and has an illuminating rant about how American court systems work, especially when there's a sensational headline versus when there's not.
I can't be going to prison! Where's the justice? This is America, damn it! A country where you can murder your parents, slice and dice your ex-wife, de-sex your husband, and still get a drawn-out 6-month trial at the taxpayer's expense, complete with a rush-to-video highlights tape before the jury's even reached a verdict! And yet that kangaroo court didn't take 10 minutes to give me 10 years! This can't be happening! It can't! It can't!
Number 3. Season 3, Episode 12, The Once and Future Duck puts Duckman in a situation where he keeps meeting alternative versions of himself from different timelines, which starts to make him go crazy over every choice he could possibly make. The episode ends with a surprisingly heartfelt declaration of how Duckman decides to live his life.
All right, all you me's, get in here now! I don't care if you know what I'm gonna say, or if you disagree with me, or if you think I'm making a mistake or what. I'm gonna talk and you're all gonna listen! I just realized that the best thing about life is that we don't know how it's gonna turn out. Being surprised is all we have to hold our interest. And as far as I can tell, your life ends when you start trying to control your fate. I don't want to know how every move I make affects my future. I'm just gonna do what I think is right and hope everything turns out for the best. I'm making my own decisions from now on, and I'm gonna start with this one. No!
Number 2. Season 3, Episode 6, Room with a Bellevue. Duckman ends up in a psychiatric hospital and ends up delivering a fantastic rant on modern living.
Parking. And driving, and shopping, and eating, and working. Somewhere, somehow, they all got chewed up and spit back out. They don't taste like living anymore. Don't you see what it's like in this deranged, wearing blender of a world? Every day is an agonizing ordeal, like balancing a pot of scalding water on your head while people whip your legs and butt. You never forget your senior prom. You think I'm sick? Well, the only disease I've got is modern life. A schnut-busting gauntlet of inefficiency and misery that's one long parade of letdowns, put-downs, trickle-downs, shutouts, freeze-outs, sellouts, numbnuts, nick-and-puts, and nimrods. All making every day as much fun as waxing a flaming Pontiac with your tongue. Or even if you do luck into the possibility of some fleeting pleasure, like, say, if some nymphomaniac telephone operators with the muscle control of Romanian mat slappers agree to a little strip air hockey, it'll be over before it starts. Because some vowel-lacking, feather-reeking cab jockey slams his checker up your hatchback, and the cab is owned by some pinata spanker from a Santeria cult in Huacalpa who starts shaking chicken bones at you and gives you a boil on your neck so big, all it needs is Michael Jordan's autograph to make it complete. And even with all this, I still drag my sorry butt off the Sealy every morning and stick my face in the reaping machine for one more day, knowing when it's time to flash the cosmic card key at those pearly gates, I won't be in the coffin anyway, because some underhanded undertaker sold my heart, pancreas, and other assorted good and plenty to that same Santeria cult. So does anybody really wonder why anybody is hanging on to sanity by the atoms on the tips of their fingernails while life dirty dances on their digits? And is it really any wonder that I seem deranged?
Number 1, if you've ever seen the series, you can probably guess this one easily. Season 1, Episode 13, Joking the Chicken. Duckman is hired to investigate Iggy Catalpa, a very clean routine comedian that becomes extremely popular. The episode ends with Duckman having to explain to the crowd what comedy and being offensive is.
He did it the same way they manipulate us into buying toothpaste, car wax, even politicians. All prepackaged, the least offensive, most appealing alternative. But it's precisely when humor is offensive that we need it most. Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you different than when it found you. Sure, humor can hurt, even alienate. But the risk is better than the alternative. A steady diet of innocuous, childproof, flavorless mush. Demand to be challenged, to be offended, to be treated like thinking, reasoning adults. And raise your children to be the same. Don't let a comedian, a network, a congressional committee, or an evil genius take away your freedom to laugh at whatever you want.
And this is my list of the best Duckman rants, or the times that Duckman totally nailed it. There were a lot of other great moments that I didn't feel were appropriate to put on a PG-13 channel, like Duckman and Bernice's argument and Exile in Guyville. So sorry, but you'll have to start watching the series for yourself to get all of that crazy goodness. This is just like a little review for the show to give you a taste and make you want to go buy it for yourself. I'm like a dealer, but for the media, and nobody pays me for recommending stuff, so I kind of have a bad job. Although there's probably a referral link in the description below, so help me out. I know from past experiences that people are going to come in the comments and say that this show is disgusting and sexist and I'm anti-feminist for liking it. Because, you know, the people that leave comments like that don't actually watch the video, so they don't know what the #1 clip was. But to all you haters and naysayers, I leave you with this moment of zen.
You put your down, and thrust your pelvis. Thrust your pelvis. Thrust your pelvis.
You thrust your pelvis. Hoo! 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 I love Duckman so much. Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that?" Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page, and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Family and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share 1 or 2 on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos, like you, helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, family members. Bye.